welcome to A Hot Second with Nicole and Nakia. I'm Nicole, and today I'm going to take you through a short shoulder opening sequence. For me, my shoulders always get super tight, so this is something I always really enjoy doing. And the best part is we don't need a mat. Everything is going to be done standing. So as long as you have enough wall space to extend your arms onto, you are good to go. So to get started, we're going to start with opening the right shoulder first. So in facing the right side of your body to the wall, you're going to extend the right arm back behind you at about shoulder height and press the right palm into the wall, really extending and spreading those fingers wide. So you might already feel a lot of the stretch right here, but if you'd like, you can press your left hand or the fingertips of the left hand into the wall and begin to slowly walk your feet or spin your feet away from the wall, and you really begin to feel a stretch in the front of the right shoulder, the right pec. If you have rounded shoulders, this is a really great stretch to do to kind of feel as though the fronts of the shoulders are opening up rather than curving forward. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Don't forget about that right hand behind you. Really spread and press the fingers into the wall. Deep inhale and exhale. Take one more deep breath here, in and out. At the end of that exhale, you can gently turn yourself back towards the wall, taking time to gently relieve that right shoulder. Ooh. Maybe give it a shake out before we move to the second side. Then we're going to open up the front of the left shoulder. So we'll start by setting up the same way. With our left hip facing the wall, we can reach our left hand behind us, again about shoulder height, and really spread those left fingers out nice and wide. Press the fingertips into the wall. And then we'll begin by placing our right fingertips to the wall and gently, slowly start to walk our body away from the wall, facing the center of the room, stopping wherever you feel sensation. And deep, deep breaths into that shoulder. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, let it out the mouth with a sigh. Breathe in and breathe out. Keep those nice even breaths. Try to keep the spine nice and tall here. So you get that opening in the front of the left shoulder. One more deep inhale and exhale. At the end of the exhale, we'll slowly turn ourselves back towards the wall, gently relieving that left arm. Again, you can kind of shake it out. Whew. Get some release. All right, so now we're going to find down dog at the wall. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of find the fronts of our hips and generally place our hands out in front of us, shoulder width distance apart. So the hands will come flat, fingers spread wide, and we'll begin to walk ourselves back away from the wall so our arms become straight and our feet are about right underneath our hips. So we want to really press away from the wall with our hands and then begin to allow our chest, our head to descend down between those arms. Because we're kind of or we are feeling the same sensations as we do in down dog when we're on the ground, we really want to feel for spinning the inner kind of edges of our elbows up towards the sky, or rolling the biceps up towards the sky. This kind of rolling in and up motion that really can create space in our shoulders for our chest to descend between. This is a really great not only shoulder but chest opener, as you might feel. And if you need to, if you haven't already, you can definitely find a nice gentle bend in the legs if you're feeling too much stretch behind the legs and the hamstrings. Take a deep inhale. Find that the exhale might float you down a little bit deeper. Really press into those hands, press into those fingertips. One more deep inhale and exhale. At the bottom of that exhale, slowly bend the elbows, walk the feet back towards the wall, and shake it out. All right, we're getting to feel more open in the shoulders now. We're going to do a nice forward fold with our hands interlaced. So, interlace the fingers behind the back, have them just kind of right at the low back, and we'll roll our shoulders forward, up, and back, really open up the chest, and find a lot of chest and shoulder opening just right here. Really reaching the chest up towards the sky. Inhale. As you exhale, hinge at the hips, begin to fold forward. Arms can extend out and over, behind you, beginning to open up those shoulders. Deep inhale. Exhale it out the mouth. Maybe you shake the head a little bit here. If you feel like the elbows are hyperextending or locking, you can bring a gentle bend to them as you hold the interlace nice and tight. Maybe you kind of swing the shoulders over, or the hands over to either side, getting into one shoulder, maybe more on the other. Then we're going to come up just halfway. Hands return to the low back, and we're just going to switch the interlace. So whatever way feels kind of funny, opposite thumb on top. And then we'll exhale, fold forward again. Elbows extend towards straight. Knuckles come around, back behind you. I always like to switch the interlace because I feel it kind of feels differently on either side for me. Maybe gets more into one shoulder than the other. Deep breaths. And a nice gentle bend in the elbows, also a gentle bend in the knees. Maybe swaying the head a little bit. And then we'll bring the hands to the hips and slowly roll the spine up, keeping the chin tucked, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Careful not to make ourselves dizzy as we come back up to a stand. All right. So our last pose is going to be eagle arms, and there's a few different stops that we can take along the way. So we'll start by crossing the right arm over the left and giving ourselves essentially like a hug, grabbing either shoulder. You lift the elbows here and kind of begin to lower them down. You might begin to feel a stretch right across the upper back. So you might stay right here. You can also begin to twist the arms around one another. Maybe backs of the hands touch, maybe palms touch. So find what stop feels good to you. And again, try that same motion of lifting the elbows up, beginning to feel that stretch across the upper back, and maybe just as you kind of feel the elbows pulling away from you, begin to lower them ever so slightly back down towards the ground. There's kind of a little bit of a play you have to do here to feel this stretch, but hopefully you're beginning to feel some opening between the shoulder blades. And breathe, and some breath there. Good, one more inhale. As we exhale, release the arms, give it a little shake. And this time the left arm will come above the right. And again, we can just give ourselves a hug, lifting the elbows, and then pulling them kind of forward and down to feel that stretch. Or we can start to wrap the arms, either backs of the hands or palms come to touch. Do that same motion of lifting, and then kind of sending the elbows like almost forward and down. You should really begin to feel that stretch across the back. Deep inhale and exhale. One last inhale and exhale, release. Shake it out one last time. Ooh, maybe swing the arms forward and back. All right. Hopefully that was a great, short but sweet shoulder opener for you. Please feel free to return to it at any time when the shoulders are feeling like they need to get some movement. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.